I
Thank
like that.
you. Mm.
So welcome everyone, and we're recording this segment because, like we said, the Facebook is not connecting us on the live stream. So welcome, Haseena. Today is Friday. Yay! I think
It's
it's
actually
midnight over there in your time.
11 p.m. actually.
Oh, it's 11 p.m. So everyone, this is really special because Haseena is from South Africa and she is with us and staying up at 11. So if she's falling asleep, please understand.
I won't fall asleep. Your show is too special.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm a night owl, so I can actually do 11 p.m. But thank you for spending time with us here in America. And I am looking so forward to get to know you and your mission. Um, so we're going to introduce ourselves, and the conversation is super, super casual. This is all raw. This is all unedited, and we are who we are, which is a bunch of women sitting and talking and get to know each other. That's the whole purpose of this conversation.
Love it.
I tried to post something on Facebook that we are now going live.
Mm-hmm.
So you go ahead and introduce yourself first
Okay.
while I'm doing that.
All right. So we're juggling with this sort of like every day. Are we live? Are we not live? But today we are not quite live, but we're going to semi-live later. So my name is Lee Tran. I am part of the co-host of this daily conversation. And my background is I was born in Vietnam, and but I'm Chinese. So all my ancestors, my grandparents, my parents, um, are Chinese. So we're the minority who lived in Vietnam. But we prospered and we were doing well until 1975 when the communists from the North took over the South. Lots of minority and even their own people in Vietnam got really being oppressive, and they people could not take it. So lots of people found out their way, flee the country. And that's what we did in 1979. We fled the country out by the ocean, and hence there's the name boat people for us. It was a massive wave of people who escape out of the Vietnam communists, and that's where the boat people name come from. But that was 40 years ago. And since then, my family have been assimilated into the country, and we overcome lots of struggles. And I told my story on the TEDx stage last year. And this year, I also told the story on my memoir, which is just published about 2 months ago. And you can find all the information on my website, leetran.com. And on this platform, we started it when the coronavirus just started to happen in March. And we just saying, I found Sarah through an indirect connection through an NSA. And I met her once, and knowing that she has a very similar background with me, also a refugee that struggled over almost 40 years. So I call her up and say, let's have some conversation and share with people what we have been through and how things would be better, and just trying to inspire people. Because both of us are speakers and both of us are authors. So we want to also take the opportunity and the advantage that we can get Zoom to connect with other people. And then we also invite guests to come over and share with us their mission, their story, and to inspire the whole entire audience, anybody who's watching this, to be able to do more and grab the opportunity while they can. So I'm going to let Sarah introduce herself, and then we're going to give the mic to you, and then you can tell us a little bit about yourself and your mission. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Lee. Hello, everybody. It's good to be back and see you again. sorry that our live show is not going to be live, but we are here recording it. My name is Sarah again. I grew up in Cambodia, similar to Lee, but I have a wonderful childhood, very happy, very love and feel very loved and secure until that fateful day when I was in college. My country was taken turned over into communism, and we got mistreated and punished very badly. There's so many people die. Actually, there are about 2 million of us die. But I am grateful that I'm alive, and God protected me and saved me, and I was able to escape from the situation and also escape from Cambodia. And I have been here since 1981 and so grateful to the country and to all the wonderful people here. And I also wrote my journey in my book, How I Survived the Killing Field. I, Me too, I become an inspirational speaker by default because, people will like to hear my story. They say that it give them hope. So that's what I have been doing. And our conversation here is the same. We have the same goal, is to give people hope, to encourage and motivate people, even though we are stuck at home, but it's not as bad as what we've been through. So I'm just want to encourage you. This thing will be over. Before you know it, it will be over and we will be back to normal. So let me pass the mic on to our special guest today, Haseena, join us all the way from South Africa. So it's an honor to have you with us, Haseena. So tell our audience a little bit about yourself and then a little bit about your journey.
Hi, Sarah. Well, it's an honor to be here. So thank you, Lee and Sarah, for inviting me. So, yes, like you said, I am from South Africa. I am an author, speaker, and also a mind, body, spirit breakthrough coach. So I help individuals have these mind, body, spirit breakthroughs so that they can be unlimited, undistracted, unstuck, and they can do this while they create the life that they love to live. Because very often we do have those obstacles that we just don't seem to get past. So yes, that's who I am, and my sister and I also run a nonprofit called Leave No Girl Behind International, which empowers girls through our leadership programs, and we do empower girls worldwide. It's awesome to work with them. So yes, that's what I do. I've just finished writing my latest book, The Truth Walker's Journey, The Unbecoming of Who You Are Not, and that will be going to publishing soon. So
I love the title. This is just so cool. I have so many questions that I just love to hear from you. Can you tell us what led you to this journey and what led you to this major grand vision of leaving no girl behind? Such an empowerment statement, and it's such a wonderful cause, especially in South Africa, where it's so needed desperately.
yeah, it's well. Thank you for your kind words. Well, Leave No Girl Behind International, I think, came from just my own feelings about. I was always so passionate about gender equality ever since I can remember. I remember at 3 years old when I used to hear statements to do with gender stereotyping, it used to get me angry. And this was in the
Wow.
1970s. I was born in 75. And I always felt that way. And then because I grew up non-white in apartheid South Africa and I was female, I was very blessed to go to a multiracial school. So I could see the difference. I could see what could really be and how we could come together united and embrace our diversity. But
Mm-hmm.
then I could also see when I stepped outside the school gates, how it really was. And as a child, maybe you can't verbalize it, but you take it in, how there isn't equality. And I think all those things led to Leave No Girl Behind International. And I wanted girls to know that they aren't less, that they are worthy, because they've always been given the messages that they are less. Even now, when people say things like, a male coach will say to his athletes, "Oh, you throw like a girl," as if it's an insult or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
But is there a defined moment, like when exactly that you know that you are capable of creating this organization, and how did you expand from there? Like, I'm just so curious of the initial step that lead you to this journey.
well, I think after I finished school, I went into I went into teaching. There were many things that I did, but one of them was teaching, and I was teaching and tutoring school children. And I was in contact with a lot of girls, and I really did see that some of them were at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were raised in homes where you'd say they have everything, but they didn't even know that they were being treated as theirs. And so my sister and I started mentoring girls. And what happened was we started writing the book, Leave No Girl Behind, how to help girls become the change in our world. So we started writing that book in 2010. And I called into Hay House Radio one day, into Dr. Wayne Dyer's radio show. He was one of my favorite all time.
Wow.
Yeah, I loved him. And I said to him, "Well, what message do you have for your daughters?" And it was so empowering. And we started talking about how you can cause a shift on the planet. So my sister and I, our focus was shifted to, it wasn't just how can we mentor girls, it was how can we make a change in our world by mentoring girls? What
Right.
difference is it going to make? And that's when we started. We had our first annual empowerment event in 2012. And then the next year we registered as a nonprofit, and we started with programs for girls where we, did curriculum and used it for.
Wow. So did Hay House sponsor? Did Hay House represent you? And
No,
Dr.
no.
Wayne Dyer represent you? Did you get celebrity endorsement?
No, what happened was when I spoke to him on his radio show that time, he said to me that, I said, "Oh, can I just quote you in our book? Can I just use your words?" And he said, "Yes, you can. I'm giving you permission on national radio. It doesn't cost you a penny. You can use my words." So I've got them in quotation marks, every single word he said. I typed it out and put it in the book.
Wow. And
Yeah,
Oprah hasn't called you yet?
oh, yes, you've got to hold that energy with me that she does.
Well, this is a great, powerful, I just love the mission so much that I thought, every single woman needs to be in this part of your mission, because I think we do need a lot of support, women to women, women to young girl. Like you said, there's so many things. I grow up from the East, and I'm sure Sarah's got the same treatment.
Yeah.
We are not the priority. I mean, my dad got disappointed when a girl was born. I was born, and he was like, "A girl?" And it's act like, something really detrimental is happening. But I mean, he loved me the same, but it make you feel like you're not worth it to be in this world, because you are a woman, a girl. And and it it's
And
just puzzling, right?
it's a whole system, right? Because it's not, you can't say that, it's the way men treat women because they were raised in the same environment. So
Exactly.
it's
So
just a
will you
whole.
get a lot of obstacle building this mission here? Did you get a lot of men support you in Africa, or you get a lot of denigrated people that who cast aside you and create obstacle for you?
No, actually, we do. I must say, we are very blessed. Look, in South Africa, when Nelson Mandela became president in 1994, the constitution that we had then, it really does protect women's rights.
Oh,
What
good.
happens in practice is another story because you get
Yeah.
different cultures and so on. But
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly say that we have had a lot of men supporting us. Like a couple of years ago, we were collecting money for sanitary pads for disadvantaged girls who can go to school when they're menstruating and
Right.
they basically don't go to school. So we were collecting and we were standing in the mall, and it was amazing how many men came up and they said, well, I don't have all this money, but here I've got change,
Oh,
or I want to
wow.
donate, I want to
Yeah.
help.
Well, they have daughters, they have sisters, they
Yeah,
have
right?
moms, so they
Mm-hmm.
understand. Not all men's are bad men. So not,
That's,
you know.
that's
No, no,
wonderful to see that.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that in India they have that mission too. I forgot what's the name, but they were doing a lot of that for men, for women, for young girls that need sanitary pads for like it's just so many things out there that needs our hands and our work. And I'm so grateful that you are creating this opportunity for people around the world. So people around the world can help in with this mission, right? Am I correct?
Yes, right now we shifted our focus in the last 2 years to focus only on leadership programs because
Okay.
an empowered girl changes the world. So, people can sponsor leadership programs for girls. We have our LNGBI School of Leadership where people can sponsor a girl and they go through our leadership program. And of course, with COVID, we've adjusted it for Zoom.
Uh-huh.
And, they can actually get input from around the world. And there can be girls around the world who enter the School of Leadership. So that's where our focus has been. And the results are amazing for the girls.
So can you explain a little bit how the program works? This is the program for people, for girls in South Africa only, or you say that people from different country can also apply?
It's for girls anywhere, really. You
Okay.
see, how it works is that we have a lot of free programs. Some of them online. People can download it, or they can Zoom with us, and we can tell them how to implement
I
it.
see.
The LNGBI School of Leadership is a paid program, which is why we look for sponsors. So, for instance, one program for a girl in person is $297. It's a 90-day program. And so because of COVID, we decided, well, let's half that and say, let's have a 45-day journey, and at least an individual girl, someone could sponsor her or sponsor a group of girls for $197 a girl. Or if it's a
Okay.
group of five, they can pay $97 per girl, in the whole
That
group.
is so cool. So actually, Women Association in United States can just reach out and sponsor one girl, one group, or that is just really cool. I think
And
it just
they can sponsor their nieces, if they want to give it as a present to someone, they can choose whichever girl in their lives that they'd like to sponsor because everything can be done over Zoom. And
exactly.
I see. Yeah.
So have you been partner up with anyone in United States and um through some of the program that you promoted?
Yes, actually, a few years ago, we did a program called Discovering Me, which is one of our free programs. And we did this with the girls at Academy Prep in Tampa, Florida. We did it over, can't remember, Skype or Zoom, but a platform like that.
Yeah.
And we've also had some women in the United States actually sponsoring girls in South Africa for an in-person leadership program.
Okay.
And at the end of it, you know, the girls were able to get letters from the women, and they were able to graduate. It
Oh,
was
nice.
awesome to see that.
Yeah,
And
wouldn't it be nice to have a group of women here, sponsor a group of girls over there, and then take a trip someday and meet them face to face, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Mm.
possible.
right, right. So, do you have any questions, Sarah? Because I have a lot. I don't want to hog her and ask it all myself.
Yeah, I was just just want to know that this program is available for each girl to do the lesson one by one, right?
Well, if they do it as a group, they could do it over Zoom in a group of five. Um,
Okay.
they could also do it individually. You know,
Okay.
we're prepared to do that. Um,
And
whichever way
what
works.
ages they started? Do they have like a group age or a group grade or any standardized that you can group them together?
Well, we say 12 to 18, right?
Okay.
But we found that when the girls started in our first group of girls, there were ages from the age of 12 to 18 in one group. And they did
Mm.
so well because the older girls were almost bigger sisters to the
Oh,
younger ones.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
like big
and I think,
sisters helping little sisters.
and I think even over Zoom that can be done because there's so many ways to bond them and to have them interact.
Right.
So yeah, that works.
So I think this would be a really great for summer program too, for like kids in the United States have summer program. They can interact with kids around the world, and especially in South Africa. So how's
Yeah.
this? How is the political climates over there? Is it? I mean, is it really relatively stable?
Excuse me. Yes, yes. Our current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, he is doing a great job. Look, we've had challenges. We've had challenges with corruption. The previous president, we won't go there. There was a lot of
Right,
corruption,
right. But
but
it won't interfere with what you're doing for the nonprofit. That's what I'm saying.
well, no, no, it didn't really because you know that was on a it was on a different scale. But the political climate is totally it's stable now. Of course, with COVID, the economy has been affected quite a bit.
Right.
But you know, I'm really happy that we have a president who cares about the country. That's what you want.
Right, right. Wow. And especially now that the more you educate people, the more men hopefully will have a better open mind to help, not just women helping women, but you want to actually change the way that the men's are viewing the women so they can be part of this too.
Yeah.
And how is the involvement with men so far? Did they, I mean, I'm sure a lot of them have fathers or that have girls in your program. Have they been a big supporting for your mission as well?
Well, yeah, I mean, the answer to that would be yes. What we did was when a girl enters the leadership school, they apply to enter the school so that we know they'll be committed. Because if people are sponsoring girls,
Hmm.
then we must know the girls are committed from their side. And we
Hmm.
actually the first group of girls we because it was in person, we had their parents come to an orientation evening, so they
Okay.
had to have a parent attend, and
Mm-hmm.
they had signatures on their forms as well. So the parents were very much involved. Um, in many cases, yes, it was the moms because of, who's busiest and who, does what in the household. But the fathers were definitely supportive. There were a lot of fathers who did come to the
Right.
email.
So this is really a great domino effect in the way. You're not just only helping the girl, but you're also educating the parents to be supporting the young girls as well. So tell us a
Yes.
little bit more about the new book. It's going to be published when? And I love the
Um,
title already.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's right now I'm sending proposals out to see, and I'm putting it out there to the universe. It's going to happen the best way possible. But yes, so the Truth Walker's journey, the unbecoming of who you are not. And it's really about how when we come into this world, we come in worthy. And gradually, it's this whole village that raises us, that takes care of us.
Yeah.
We start getting their fears, we start accepting what their thoughts, their ideas, beliefs, and so on.
Yeah, all the perception, right?
And sometimes we're indoctrinated into certain beliefs. So we lose that connection to our core, to what we believed in the first place. And when you lose that connection, you don't feel worthy because
Yeah.
you feel like you've got to believe what someone else says. So we always think we have to become something or someone, and we don't. When you reach the stage of teenagehood or adulthood, you're at the stage where you have to unbecome who you're not and peel away those layers. And
I just love that. I just love that. Yeah, your self-worth. I mean, when you were a kid, you don't really think that I'm not worth it to take this. If you need a cookie, you ask for a cookie. You don't say that, you don't hold back.
Yeah.
But why are we holding back now? Because we were told that that's not polite to ask for a cookie. That's not good because you didn't do anything well, so you can't have the cookie. So there's a lot of regulation, and I just love the way that, unbecoming who you are not. So that's just perfect, just perfect. And so this journey of the book, what are you looking to get out of this book?
Well, I have programs that I actually teach to do with my teachings in the book, because I developed this unbecoming system.
Okay.
So I created it with tools and techniques, so that when you don't feel connected,
Yeah.
then you're able to get back to your core. How do we get back to our core? How do we stay in that space where we're connected, so that someone asks you an interview question and you're coming from your deepest truth, not what you're supposed to say.
Right. I think I can see this course is not just for a young girl, but mostly for adult women like us.
Right?
For business people, they always see the roadblock. They always see that they're not worth it to do it. So this, I can see it's going to be landing big.
And I think that, girls these days, it's important to teach them, but what about the women who didn't have those opportunities?
Yeah.
Who didn't have those leadership opportunities? So
Right.
they're also still conforming to other people's expectations. They feel like they're defined by their circumstances. And it's really up to, and this is what the whole unbecoming system teaches, that how can you realize that you are the common factor in every single circumstance, in every situation. It's not the situation, it's you.
Right. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
I love it. I just think that it's just such a great mission. And I think you have tackled from all fronts, from young girls to our ages, that we need to change our mindset about who we are and who we are not supposed to be. So that's just brilliance. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And we would love to have you to put all the information down, your book, and if we can help in any way, shape, or form to promote the program, to get sponsorship, I would love to work side by side with you if anything that we can help. Right, Sarah?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. When your new book is published, maybe we'll have you come back again to talk about it.
Thank you. Well, I
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
Oh, wow. You have been doing great things. And I truly admire for all the energy and the cause that you know when you were even young and you know what you want. It took me a long time to get to know what I want to do. So I really admire that somebody, sort of like born with a mission.
Well, I think they always say it's in contrast that you know what you want, right? If you see
Yeah.
what you don't want, then you definitely know what you do want.
Yeah.
So
I use the
keep
process of
on.
elimination. I do that. I was like that. I don't know what I want, but I know I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want this. But yeah, but it's great to meet somebody that they young, like, musicians. There's like, I want to be, a soloist or a pianist, and they just do everything to achieve that. So when you were young, you know that that's the cause, your gender equality, that you want to tackle that, and you go for that. So that's very admirable, to able to understand what you want from the get-goes, and not too many people can actually say that.
No, no. Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, I so admire you and your sister coming alongside you
Yeah.
to work good.
Is that younger sister or older sister?
Younger sister.
Okay. Okay. So you train her well.
Well, actually, I'm the bigger picture person. She doesn't like being front and center. But
Mm,
she's the person who sorts out all the challenges and
yeah.
liaises,
Well,
does all the back work and
that
liaising with
sounds like a
people.
great complementary to what, somebody has to be front and somebody got to do the support. That's how we're going, right? I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
I guess that's how me and Sarah kind of work
Uh,
on that front too.
yeah.
Somebody got to take care of the operation and somebody got to take care of the PR. And you can't be both good in the same thing, because then you will not work well together.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's great to know that you have a good complementary side of you. But
Yes.
we are so honored to have you, and we just love talking to you and understand your mission. And now I know that I'm connected with you, and I will pay attention if anything I see that is a good fit. I will, um, introduce to you, and also would love to hear from time to time how you guys are doing. And maybe someday, who knows, Sarah and I are gonna pack up and go to South Africa.
Oh, I'd welcome you. But the two of you are incredible women, and it really is such an honor to be here and to be able to speak with
Oh,
you.
thank you. You are kind. I just want to speak for myself. I can't speak for Sarah. None of those are chosen by me. If I if I have a life, I just want to be a boring, just not going through all what I went through. But I think, sometime you don't have a choice. You just have to ride whatever changes come your way,
Mm-hmm.
and embrace it and do the best you can. And I think that's what we did. We taking it, and we're doing the best that we can, and still put a smile on the face every day and get through it. And we're so grateful that we have met so many wonderful women with so many great missions, and this has been a blessing in disguise from the COVID, that we couldn't go out to meet people, and we end up meeting people from across the country, across the continents, across the world. So we are very happy, and we're very lucky to have met you.
Thank you.
Well, I think we just burned 30 minutes easily. So we're going to say goodbye, and we're going to say have a great weekend to everyone. But you can hang around a little bit, and we can just wrap it up.